In the previous video, we discussed using Issue Navigator and Basic Search. Let us now take a look at Understanding JQL. In this video, we are going to take a look at what is Advanced Search using JQL, when to use JQL. We will take a look at some common JQL queries and we'll discuss what are fields, operators, keywords, and functions. So when you go to the Issue Navigator and click on Search for Issues, you'll be taken to the Issue Navigator where you can search for the information. So right now we can of course use these buttons or drop downs items on top to search for the information, like I can do project is equal to hardware support and helpdesk team, and I can also search for all the tickets that are currently open, in progress, reopen. So this is fine. This actually works really well and it's a very good way to start using the Issue Navigator and start searching for the issues. But in some cases you need to do more. For example, what if you want to find all the issues that are not closed? So with the help of basic search, you can simply select multiple items, but you can't really use a negation. For example, there is no feature right now to say that I want to search for all the issues where status is not equal to closed or not equal to resolved. So that is not possible. And also there are few features that you can't really do with the basic search. So you need to use something called as the advanced search. So if you click on the new filter button on the left hand side, it will reset the search for you and then you have the option to click on the advanced link. If you click on it, now you have the option to use the advanced search using JQL, and JQL is known as the JIRA query language. For example, let us perform something similar that we did earlier in the previous video. If I want to search for all the issues of a specific project, so I can type in project is equal to my project name, let us say hardware support, and if you press enter, it will present and it will search the issues for you. And as you have noticed already, using the advanced search is not very difficult. All you need to do, you need to just type in and there will be some suggestions. So if you want to perform search based on the project, you can simply say project and then you have the option to choose some of the operators. So instead of using the equal to, if you also want to search in multiple projects, so you can do in and then you have the option to select the suggestions like hardware support, or maybe you want to also perform search in a legal project. So you can simply use these suggestions to quickly search and find the information. So if you now press enter, it will display the information for you. So there are a few more things that you can do here with the help of the JQL. So instead of using in, you can also do not in. So this can be very useful when you want to perform search and you want to negate. So if you press enter right now, it will perform the search and it will display all the issues from any project in JIRA except hardware support and legal. So this is a very good way to use the JQL by typing in the keywords and also using the suggestion. So let us perform a something similar search. For example, if you want to find all the issues assigned to you, you can simply type in assignee and use the operator equal to, and instead of finding your own name, you can simply use this current user function. So in your JQL, you have the option to use some functions as well. So now if you type in and if you press the enter, you will get all the issues assigned to you. So if you are beginning to learn JQL, I highly recommend you to take a look at this link. If you click on this particular question sign, the small icon that you have in your advanced search box, you will be taken to the documentation of the JQL, where you can take a look at some of the examples and you can also use some of the queries that they have presented here. For example, if you want to take a look at these different queries that you can combine. So instead of just typing in one query, you can also use and you can also use or to combine multiple queries. So this particular query, project is equal to test and assignee is equal to current user, will return all the issues in this particular project and assign to you. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you have the reference table here. For example, in the JQL, you can actually use a lot of fields and custom fields. If you click on show list of fields, you will be able to take a look at different fields that you can use in your JQL. So you can see here that you can perform search on almost every field that you have in JIRA. Apart from the fields, you have the option to take a look at different operators. So you have the option, of course, to use the equal to, not equal to. If you're working on some numbers, you can use greater than or less than, and then you have the option to also use in, not in. So you can see here that this particular JQL is quite rich in terms of feature. So people who are familiar with the databases like SQL or MySQL, you have something called as SQL. So it is something similar. So you also have the option to take a look at different keywords that you can use. For example, you have the option to combine multiple queries using and or using or. You can also use something like not, empty, null, and you can also change the order of the search result using the order by. And finally, you have the option to use various functions. So you have the option to use some functions like current login, current user. You have some functions for the dates. For example, you have the option to use something like end of week or end of month. So these functions will really help you, and also to look for the information easily. Let us combine the query. For example, if you want to search for all the issues which are assigned to you and which are also not resolved. So you can do something like status not equal to closed, and this particular JQL will now give you the list of all the tickets that are currently assigned to you and not closed. And right now you can see here that you have some tickets which are also resolved. So we can also use something like not in instead of not equal to, so that we will be able to exclude all the tickets which are resolved and which are closed. So this can be a very useful query for any JIRA user, and this will give them the list of all the tickets which are either new or which are in progress or which are simply not closed and resolved, and you need to do something on those tickets. In the next video, we will discuss filters, permissions, and subscriptions.